2 years ago, we traveled on the low-cost carrier AirAsia, but on their shorter route between Singapore to Kuala Lumpur to Phuket, and Phuket to Singapore. The thought of taking a low-cost carrier scares us, especially due to their luggage policies. So in today's video, we will explore how to travel on a low-cost carrier, but with added costs on their additional options. We will try to answer the ultimate question: is low-cost carrier flight worth it on a long-haul flight? So come along with us as we travel to Sydney, Australia from Kuala Lumpur on AirAsia X. We will show you the check-in process, the experience at the airport, the flight, and our journey down to Sydney. If you're new to our channel, welcome, and thank you to those of you who have been with us since the beginning. At the Ponzo Adventure, we specialize in providing comprehensive flight and resort review to enhance your travel experiences. Additionally, we offer valuable travel tips to ensure your safety during your travel journeys. Occasionally, we also share our love for travel through engaging vlogs. If this content resonates with you, consider subscribing to our channel and activating the notification bell to stay up to date on our latest travel videos. Let's get started. We had an amazing time here in Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is a city that we have fallen in love from the first time we traveled here, and it will always be a place where we feel like home. Unfortunately, our time must end and we move on to the next place of adventure. This is an early flight and we took a taxi from the hotel to the airport. AirAsia leaves from Terminal 2 at KLIA as this is their hub. Coming into the airport, you are first met with this huge mall and food court. After that, you are now at the check-in area. Before we check in, let's talk about how we got this flight, why we ended up flying AirAsia, and the addition. I will be using generic images here to display or illustrate this part. So during our planning of the trip, we were looking for flights to Australia from KL. AirAsia by far had 2 direct flights and they were the cheapest. We were hesitant about booking with them because of their strict policies on flight cancellations, luggage and seat policies, and more. We really wanted to fly with either Malaysian Airlines or Cathay Pacific. However, Malaysian Airlines cost was $350 per person and Cathay Pacific was in the north neighborhood of $500. AirAsia, their cost was $120. Huge difference. So we thought, what if we buy it from Expedia, which is a US-based company? They have a 24-hour policy for flight purchase on their website. This will alleviate the hesitation. So we booked the flight. After booking, 5 hours later, guess what? The $350 Malaysian airline flights dropped to $159. That to me sounded like a deal. So I tried to cancel the flight on Expedia, only to be met with, can't do that online. So I reached out to Expedia to see what they can do to cancel, given that this flight was just booked 5 hours ago. The agent on the call tried and got the same message. He escalated to the manager, and the manager said the same thing. Then they read the fine print that states any AirAsia ticket is governed by AirAsia and they can't do anything about it. I was like, but it was sold on your website. They insisted that they can't do anything. So nothing can be done. I reached out to my credit card company to see if anything can be done from them and was also told nothing can be done. Lastly, I reached out to AirAsia directly, who were basically saying, you are never going to get your money back because you didn't read the fine print before purchasing your flight. They said I could cancel the flight, but there will be no refund. After so much frustration, I wasn't going to lose $500 and decided to just suck it up and catch that flight. Keep in mind that on the flight, there were no TV, no Wi-Fi, no food, and no power outlets for 8 hours of flight. So let's forward to a few days before the flight. We were really contemplating on whether or not to catch this flight, but we decided to spice it up in order to have a better experience. So we paid for priority check-in, extra luggage, seat assignment, and food. Now to the day of travel and back to check-in. Hey guys, welcome to another video here on our channel. Today we're going to be traveling to Sydney and we're surprising our kids on their very first trip there. So we're going to bring you along with us, show you how I travel here with AirAsia from Kuala Lumpur all the way to Sydney. So stay tuned as we travel there now. Since we paid for priority check-in, we will head over to dedicated check-in desk. Think of this as the premium check-in for airlines with tier program. With our priority check-in, it comes with extra luggage and extra kilogram for the carry-on luggage. The check-in went smooth as expected, and I must say that the person who checked us in was friendly and kind of gave us hope for the so perceived torture that we might endure on this 8-hour flight. Okay, so we just went through the check-in process. It was actually pretty good, very smooth, not long queues, and because we paid for the Flex or the Fast Pass, it was actually fast, really good. Friendly check-in agent. She was able to help us and get us on our way. So super excited about that. And now we're going to be going to get to security. And then from security, we're going to go to immigration. Since we have priority check, we use the priority lanes for the security and immigration. Keep in mind that in KL, like Singapore, you also have a security before the gate and also additional at the gate. All right, so immigration was okay. Took a little bit longer, but it was still like 5 minutes, so not too bad. And then went through the initial security. So security here in Kuala Lumpur happens actually at your boarding gate, so always give yourself enough time for you to be able to go through security for that, but so far here, so good. The other thing for you to keep in mind, if you bring a carry-on luggage, you have to actually go through a check where they have to verify how many pounds your luggage is. Again, we're flying AirAsia, so this is the process that they go through. So anyways, just keep that in mind. If you're trying to sneak in bags, be careful. You have to meet your minimum requirement. So one thing to keep in mind is when you're traveling here in Terminal 2, and they do have priority pass, access to lounge is very limited. There's not a whole lot of lounges. There's one in the air. There's 2 lounges in the air side. One of them is by the L gate. If you're not traveling through the L gate area, it'll be very difficult for you to try to use the lounge. So just keep that in mind. And then there's one that we're going to try to find. It says next to Sama Hotel. So we're going to try to see if we can find that lounge and wait there until our flight boards. With this ticket, we do not have access to the lounge, but with our priority pass, we did have access. The lounge that we had access to was the Travel Club Lounge located right next to the Sama Express Hotel. This is right by McDonald's and AW restaurant in the P terminal area. The lounge is really cozy, the decor was beautiful, and they even have areas in which you can relax if you're connecting on an overnight flight. One thing that they charge extra is showers. The food was good, but given that it was early in the morning, I tried capitalizing on the coffee. Let's look at what they have. This lounge can become tight quickly during busy hours due to its limited seating space. Other than that, it is a nice place to relax before your flight. We spent about an hour and a half here before making our way to the gate. All right, so right now we're hanging here right at the travel lounge. So it's really a cool place to hang out. It's not as big as other lounges, but really the space is great. So this is where we hang out. We'll be here for probably another 20-30 minutes, and then we're going to start making our way to our gate. All right, so we're going to the gate. So I just want to show you quickly how to get to this lounge here. If you ever come into this lounge, again, this is the Travel Club here lounge. So it's right next to the hotel, Sama Hotel. and then they're really operating next to each other. So the Sama Hotel check-in desk is right there, and then the club check-in will be on the other side. So it's in the smaller side of things, but it is still a great place to come and kill time. So there's 2 lounges around here. There's one here on the P gate side, and then there's the other one on the L gate side. So just keep in mind based on where you're departing from. All right, so we going to board now. Not sure if I think my son already figured out that something is up. So anyways, but we're still surprising them on this trip. They are not sure where we're going yet. At least we hope that my son did not find out. But so yeah, we're doing a surprise for them. Going to Sydney, Australia for 4 days, and then we'll make our way back to the US. But again, it's a place that they always wanted to go to, so we're basically just surprising them for that. Our kids were not aware of our trip to Australia, so here's where they'll find out where we're headed. One pitch here. The kids were excited about all the places that we went, and while there, they made a McDonald's videos where they tried Happy Meals from all the countries that we went to. So they were excited to do their last part of the video in Australia. So I will tag that video here and you can check it out and support them on their channel. Also, we will be launching a new channel dedicated just to vlogs of our travel. This channel moving forward will primarily be focused on travel reviews such as flights, trains, cruises, and hotel or resorts. Secondarily, travel tips. If you want to watch our travel vlogs, which might be longer videos, we will announce the channel name once it's ready, so stay tuned. Back to this trip. We're boarding out of gate P12, and we had to go through one more security questioning. That was quick, and we headed to board. This is really exciting moment as we're embarking on this long haul with a low budget carrier. All right, boarding now to our plane, and this is the AirAsia X. So this is going to take us down to Australia. Flight time 8 hours. Welcome aboard on AirAsia X Airbus A330-300. Before we find our seat, let's cover the configuration of this flight. There are 3 classes of service on this plane. In the front, you have the premium flatbed cabin that one will consider as the business class cabin with 12 seats in the configuration of 222. Right behind it, you have the quiet zone with hot seats. Depending on the configuration, you will have different amount of seats. However, the configuration is 333. If you travel with kids under the age of 12, they will not be allowed in this area. Then you have the economy section, and it's configured with 333 with exception on the back where you have sections with 232 configuration. Let's evaluate the seat itself as there are no amenities on this flight. Alright, so here's the seat. As you can see here, there's no TV, tray table, seat pocket, similar here. We're sitting in 20 and 21, and there's only one window. So one window over there, over here. As far as leg space, it's spacious, not bad. That's actually pretty good. Leg space over here, and that's about it. That's really all you get. The configuration right now on this flight is 3 on the other side, 3 and 3 here, and then they kind of like stagger, so it's not like in the same row. So it's like allowing it for more space, so pretty good. So yeah, so the seat, it's really comfortable. We'll see how it lasts for this 8-hour flight. But again, AirAsia X or AirAsia, it is very basic. Everything is a la carte. You pay for it. We paid for our meal, and we paid for the extra perks just to be able to get board first, pick our seats and things like that. I will actually put the listing of how much we pay as far as cost of each seat, and then the additional on the meal aspect of it. So we ordered 2 meals for each member of our family. So we're ready to go to Sydney, Australia. Mr. Seaman, say hi.
Hola.
All right. We paid for our seat selection as we were traveling with our kids and wanted to be sure that we were sitting in the same area. So the seats that we got had decent leg room. I'm 5'11" and I had no issue. It could be tighter for someone taller. You have a tray table for you to use there and a coat hook on the side of the chair. Since the flight was not full, we were able to each get the whole row on our own. We are ready to depart and make our way to Sydney, but it will be brutal with no entertainment and no power outlet chargers. I'm curious to know how many people think that the entertainment aspect of the flight is overrated. Seriously, if you're traveling and there are no TVs or Wi-Fi available, are you able to enjoy the flight? Or would you think that is a must? Let us know in the comment. I know many years ago before Wi-Fi, you could do it. But now with so many things connected, I'm curious on how we can do it. We are now taxiing and getting ready to take off. If you're still watching this video, thank you. We appreciate all the people who watch, like, and interact with our videos. So, if you're enjoying it, go ahead and smack the like button. We are now in the air and the meal service will begin shortly. By that, I mean the paid meal service. Since we prepaid our meal, they brought our selection to us. We selected 2 Uncle Chin's chicken rice and 2 prawn and chicken wonton noodles. For 2 meals, we selected water and coffee. Let's just say that it was really tasty. The kids ate their noodles but did not want the wonton. So, I had the privilege of trying them and they were delicious. The meal was served 1 hour into the flight. If you're considering on what to order or just want to glaze on the prices, this 1 minute is dedicated to the catalog with all the meals. As you glaze on this menu, on this flight, I was able to get 5 hours of sleep. What? Yes. Since there were no other distractions besides reading a book, I was forced to sleep. When I woke up, we were already crossing Australia. Let's go look at the toilet. Alright, so we are midway to the flight, and I'm showing you guys the bathroom here. So this is one of the bathrooms in the midsection between the 2 cabins. So looking into this bathroom here, it is okay, but you can tell that the plane itself is dated in a lot of areas here. Just looking at the bathroom, there's not really a whole lot. You have a sink, and you have a toilet, and you have a mirror here. So if you're traveling with a kid, this is not the bathroom for you to use. Maybe there's one here for you to use, but yeah, showing you guys the AirAsia X bathroom review. Let's head back to the seat for some more reading and audiobook. So right now we have about 3 hours left in the flight. We're flying over Central Australia now, so we entered Australia about an hour and a half ago. So right now we're flying over Australia and making our way to Sydney. Just wanted to provide quickly an update how the flight is going so far. So far the flight is going superb, no issues. The flight attendants are very nice. attentive, even though it's the low cost budget airline. They're still super nice. Of course, we pre-booked our meals, and we are able to ask when do we want those meals to be served for us. So far so good. Great experience. I was actually able to see two other cabins at the front, so like the quiet zone area where children under the age of 10 are not allowed to be over there. And then of course the first one, which they call it the lie flat bed cabin, which is similar to like a business class seat on a lot of other airlines. And so far a great flight, no complaints. Seats are comfortable, smooth ride, so I'm very impressed. So we got about 3 hours more to go. We'll just show you guys how our arrival into Sydney is, and also our last meal that we have on this flight. The one downside about this is that there's no Wi-Fi on this flight, therefore there's no entertainment to kill time. So that's just one downside, but it allows you to be able to sleep and also get distracted with other things such as reading a book and all that. So that's what I'm going to be doing there right now. I'm reading The Dangers of Active Worship by Mark Lamberton, a great book for people who are in ministry or just in general that want to understand what it means to worship God. Oh yeah, the other thing for you to keep in mind, if you want to charge your devices on this flight, you actually have to be sitting on the front rows. They're called the hot seat, and there you do have chargers. So that's just one thing that we learned. But so if you want to be able to charge your devices, make sure you get yourself the hot seat. 1.5 hours prior to landing, the second purchase meal was served. It all came with water and soft drink this time. Also, my wife ordered boba drink. For the second meal selection, we had 1 nasi lemak, 1 Uncle Chin's chicken, and 2 more prawn chicken wonton noodles. All right, we'll start making our initial descent into Sydney. So we're gonna be landing in probably the next 15 minutes. Hi, Abigail. Say hi to everybody. All right, so we're ready to land in Australia. Super excited to be there. Spending about 4 days there. After the meal service, it was time to start getting ready to land in Sydney. As we land, let's summarize this flight. Again, keep in mind that we decided to spice up this flight for us. But if you did none of that, you will have just a standard flight. The question that we wanted to answer in the beginning of the video is low carrier flight worth it on a long haul flight? The answer to this is yes, and here's my reason, at least for AirAsia X. Again, if we just remove the extra added perks of food, priority check-in, extra luggage, you get left with one element of this experience, which is the hard product and the soft product. The check-in experience was a pleasant one. The boarding process was great. The flight attendants were awesome on this flight. We left a few minutes late but arrived on time. The seat was comfortable and the ride was enjoyable. So from all that, it is worth it when in comparison of saving maybe $100 to $400 per person. Now, if you add the other added extra cost of bags, seat selection, food, and priority, it added to the cost, but is still relatively cheaper than going, let's say, with Qantas, Malaysian Air, or Cathay Pacific. We paid $100 for ticket per person. We added priority for $45 per person, which gave us added luggage. During our booking, we paid $30 for check-in luggage per person. Food was around $12 per person for 2 meals. Seat selection, $20 per person. And priority check-in was another $27. All that comes to a total of $254 per person to travel to Australia from Malaysia. Compare these to the price we were getting with Malaysian Airlines of $350 and $500 for Cathay. This flight was by far better bargain for our buck. So, yes, we recommend this flight to anyone who's willing in being adventurous. Just keep in mind that our experience was tailored based on what we paid and the flight being not full. We are landing and excited to see the iconic Opera House and the bridge. We're extra pumped to be in Australia. It's been a while since I was last here and it is the first time for the family. As previously stated, we will have the full video of our time in Australia on our other channel and we'll link it here when it becomes available in addition to our kids video. So be on the lookout for that. have landed and we will go through immigration, custom, and then grab our car to head to the city.
Alright.
Bye-bye. No, this is just a quiet area. Sorry. And this is the business class. All right, keep going, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Australia. We're now here in Sydney. We're gonna go through immigration, custom, collect our stuff, and then head to our hotel. Kibidi, Ohio, of Australia. We have now grabbed our car and we will head to the city and then to the W Hotel Sydney where we'll be staying. That video of that hotel and the other one that we'll be staying here in Sydney will be available on this channel shortly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to our channel. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. Thanks again for watching and we'll see you in the next one.